Last Sunday concluded the Ohio State Fair, a hometown tradition that began in 1850 and has been putting smiles on the faces of Central Ohioans for 175 years. Now, your first impression of the Ohio State Fair may be that it's just your average, typical, run of the mill, been there, done that carnival. But you won't get 10 feet inside the door before you realize calling it average really isn't a fair statement at all. I have so many more of these. It checks every box, y'all. Too many people? Check. A strand of golf carts? Check. Untrustworthy thrill rides? Check. Check. You won't be disappointed, y'all. Not to brag, but some of the rides they had this year had a good wobble to them, right, Cheryl? And I know for a fact that some of them definitely have a body count, y'all. But the fun don't stop there, y'all. As you and your family make your way down our sticky midways, you're sure to catch some incredible live entertainment, tons of live animals, and if you're lucky, maybe even some live plants. Jesus Christ, Cheryl, who fired the gardener? Now, there's a couple things I'd like to highlight because what I think sets the Ohio State Fair apart from the rest is that there's so much to do, but there's also so much to learn, y'all. Now, at first I was irritated because it sounded super fucking boring. But Cheryl made me walk through the natural resource park. And for the most part, I hated it. But the one good part about it was that I got to meet the actual real life Smokey the Bear, y'all. Interestingly enough, one of the things I learned is that Smokey the Bear is very clearly a homosexual.
Oh, is that my friend Layla right there? Hey, can I take a picture with you? Yes, you can take a picture with me, Layla.
Which is fine. Anyway, I think it's great that we get to experience so many different cultures, y'all. Right, Cheryl? But if you really want to experience culture of a completely different kind, you'll want to head to the dairy. Now that's where culture is truly made, y'all. But it's also where you'll find the real superstar of the Ohio State Fair, the one attraction that you'll hear fairgoers chattering about enthusiastically all fucking day. And that would be the life-size statue of a dairy cow made entirely out of butter. Stay back, Paula Deen. Now here's a little tip for you, y'all. When you go see the butter cow, bring you a little container with a lid, y'all. That way you can get you a good chunk before you're ready to go get your corn. I always think it needs more butter. See, I still have some. Now, I can't end this review without talking about the real reason us Ohioans show up in the masses to eat food that's too hot and weather that's too hot to eat in. And that's that sweet, sweet Ohio corn. They have it everywhere in just about any way you could possibly imagine, y'all. And if you're lucky, you may even find it in the form of song.
When we're all near the great Ohio State Fair, I got street corn, I got hoagies.
Talk to that guy for a sec. Turns out that's the only song he knows. I know. I told him, I said, you ought to go find them tuba guys. Start playing with them. That's what you ought to do. He didn't like that, so he just walked off. So I thought, quit douching me, buddy. Now, from up close, you may only see incarcerated chickens. You may only smell bad smells. And maybe to you, this average carnival is just a bunch of fuss over nothing. But if you're able to experience it from a slightly taller perspective, you'll see that the Ohio State Fair is an encapsulation of who we are, an appreciation of who we were, and a celebration of the hard workers who dedicate their lives to putting food on their neighbors' tables, y'all. And it's also a celebration of corn. So there really is something for everyone, and it just wouldn't feel like summer without the Ohio State Fair. Although I won't do it next year. It's just way too much. I'm good like once every 8 years or so, y'all. Not for me.